You Are Not a Gadget by Jaron Lanier. This book surprised me in the sense that somehow he slipped through the cracks. He has a background in virtual reality, and while I'm not deeply immersed, his relationship with technology in general, as well as the fact that he is a musician and technologist, makes it odd I've never crossed paths with him. I also found myself in agreement with him more often than not, and wish I had found this book when it came out. I did take a few notes. One of his primary points is about how the web, a content layer atop the internet, has become a grand unified scam. It's hard to argue against this when you understand how siloed the experience is by the biggest players now compared to how wild it was in the early and mid-90s. Ted Nelson, the person behind the concept of Xanadu and man who coined the phrases hypermedia and hypertext, wants a monopoly. It might be fair to say that has, in some senses, been achieved. Gen X failed. I won't explain. There's a direct line between the success of the Sims game series by Will Wright and Instagram, the gamification of observing the mundane as episodic events. Jaron is completely wrong about hip-hop, though. The form has been stale for 3 decades, though at the time he wrote this, it was only 2. While vocal presentation has evolved, if you really want to stretch that meaning, the actual music has become stagnant. I have been waiting for the music to intelligently expand beyond 4/4 time signatures and incorporate key changes, but this day has not arrived. The concept computationalism compares the brain to a computer. It isn't, but the analogy is a decent way to interpret the basic ideas of how we process information and our environment. However, it fails at the notion of mind and spirituality. All in all, listen to musicians instead of tenure-track academics.